Hi guys and welcome. You're joining me today to see how I attach tassel to a pair of jeans. I've done it to the outside seams and I've got 2 layers of tassel going down so it's nice and thick. Now stay tuned till the end because I'm going to talk to you about tassel because somebody actually got this because they're going to the shop, so I asked them to pick me some up, but I wouldn't have gone for the loop one and I'll tell you why at the end. So if you'd like to see how I attach tassel to some jeans, keep watching. Right, so I've got the jeans, which has been dyed black, but they've actually got an undertone of pink in them, but I quite like it. Let me just show you that that is the colour that the denim's gone. And I like that the cotton doesn't get dyed with it, so that stayed pink. So I've already done one side with the tassel, as you can see there. So let's get the other side done. So at the top, there's been a twin row of stitching going all the way down the leg. So where the waistband is, I wear a really thick 3-inch belt on here. So I don't want the tassel in the way of the belt. So I'm starting just below where that waistband is. And then at the bottom, I'm taking it just above where the hem is because I don't want the tassel on the floor. So I'm just going to bring the tassel to that length. But I'm just going to finish off unpicking this first of all. Right, let me just get my glasses on because I have unpicked most of it to start off with. Right, so I'm now going to turn that leg inside out. Right, so the cotton that I've just unpicked on both sides, I'm literally just going to cut that off. It's funny how it's actually dyed the cotton on the inside and it didn't on the outside. Right, so I've got that. And then what I'm going to do at the top, where I said I'm just going to start underneath there, I'm going to come where the seam is and I'm just going to unpick that so that when I unpick the chain stitch, it doesn't go past it. And then I'm going to do the same at the top. Just get the stitching undone where I'm going to start putting that tassel in. Because with a chain stitch thread, it will just pull undone. It's just getting that right stitch and which side it's on. I think it's going to be on this side. Yeah, so it's the side that actually looks like the chain stitch, not the plain stitch. There's the side that's like a chain stitch that you actually get over and just unpull it. Get it off the opposite side. There we have the cotton, and then we have the seam, the outside leg undone, ready to put the tassel in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 lots of tassel down one side. So I'm literally opening the leg up and then putting this side as flat as I can so I can get us to the top. And where this seam is where I've unpicked, I'm aiming to get this tassel, because you've got this thick bit here, haven't you? And I want to line that up with the edge of the denim. So now I just get that right under there where I've unpicked it. Okay. Right, lining that up with the edge. And we'll do a good back tack there. And then I'm making sure that the tassel, first of all, that's flat and that the tassel is out of the way so that none's going to get tucked inside the stitching. Lining that up, and then I'm going to stitch just at the bottom of where this thickness is for the tassel. Now, if you're going to do something like this, you don't have to put 2 rows. It's just that I wanted quite a lot of tassel. And I'm not pulling on this, I'm just literally laying it flat on top of the denim. And at the bottom, again, I'm just trying to get that as flat as I can. Again, I'm just coming not right to the end of that. And then I'm just going to snip there at the bottom, so it's just above where I said. Right, so I'm going to get the opposite side done. And again, I'm going to lay that as flat as I can. Open this up. And then get that tassel in place. Good back tack again. Right, so time to stitch. Let me just get that loose tassel there cut off. And then I'm going to stitch the side seam together. So I'm just going to get the tassel again, seam together, and make sure that there's no tassel that's going to be caught in the seam. A good back tack there. And I'm stitching in the original seam. So again, laying the tassel flat, making sure that is all flat, putting the denim on top of each other and stitching it down. Making sure that this is all lining up at the side. I'm just going to make sure when I get to the end that it's flat underneath here, so it's not going to create a tuck. Really good back tack. And I am going to go down that and do another row of stitching, just to make sure that it's all nice and secure, stitched together down this side seam. Now what I'm going to do now is, you can see there, that when the tassel comes to the bottom, it's not hanging too far over. So I'm going to go and press these side seams, and then I'm going to unpick some of the inside leg so that I can put the stitching on the outside seam like it was originally. But I'm going to do the pressing off camera. Just turn the jeans inside out so that I can undo this inside leg to get to top stitch that tassel. Now I'm not coming anywhere near the crotch area, I'm probably coming down about, what we got there, 5 inch. So again, I'm going to snip that chain stitch, snip it on the opposite side. At the bottom I'm going to come up maybe 3 inch, and again I'm going to snip that on both sides. And then just pull that chain stitch, undone. There we go. Pull that undone. Cotton from underneath. There we go. I'm going to have to just snip the end of this to get this overlock undone. Right, so that's undone, so I can get to top stitch this very easily. I'm going to do the other leg, but I'm going to do that off camera. Let's get this top stitch down. So I've got pink on top and black underneath. So because I've opened that leg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that in and bring it down at the start of where that tassel is. Get that, because that's folded over. Okay. Right, so I'm going to start on top of where that original pink stitching is, and then I'm just going to back tack on that to keep it in place. And then where the seam is, I'm going to run that. So the seam here, I'm going to run that on the inside of that machine foot. So all the way down, I just need to keep in, I can feel the seam underneath, so I know that that's laying flat. So I'm just a case of keeping that tassel out of the way. And then again, I'm just going to back tap when I get to that other pink stitching. Right, so I'm just going to turn it round at this point and then come up the following side. So again, I'm just back tacking on that stitching on the pink thread, the original pink thread. Okay, and then when I come to the top bit again here, I'm just going to go into that original pink stitching and back tack again. Right, so let me just get this thread undone. Cut off, should I say, not undone. And that out there. Alright, so if I just show you there, you've got the pink stitching on both sides like it was originally. So I'm going to do the opposite leg, but I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so I need to just re-stitch the inside leg up, overlock it, and then neaten the seam. So I'm going to take that, put it under. I'm going to come past about an inch where I unpicked it. good back tack, and then again I'm stitching in the same line that was unpicked. You can see the needle holes running down the side of it. And then again where it was unpicked, I'm going to come an inch past that so that don't come undone. Just going to overlock down the edges, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's literally just overlocking down the sides. What I'm going to do now then is just neaten where that overlocking is. I'm just going to fold it up and stitch it down in place. Now if you've not got an overlocker, then a zigzag stitch or another fancy stitch would do the same job. Go to the top, and again get that overlocking, stitch that down in place, trim the excess off, so again you've got a nice neat finish. So you can see from that, guys, that it's easy enough to do. It might be just a bit time consuming, but well worth doing it if you fancy a pair of tasseled trousers or jeans or even a skirt. Now, the reason I wouldn't go for loop tassel, so they're all loops. Now, somebody was actually going to the fabric shop and I wanted some tassel, but it would save me a trip. It was going to save me a trip going to the shop. So basically, I asked if they'd pick me some up, and when they were in shop, basically staff said to them, well, this is what we'd recommend. But if I'd have gone myself, I wouldn't have got the loop ones. I'd have just got straight ones for the simple reason that a loop can get caught on something. I once had a top which had got this black tassel on the bottom, and that was looped. And I was once we'd gone out for a meal, and I walked past this wall and there was this hook, and it got caught my top and dragged me back. I actually twisted my ankle because it pulled me back with that force. So that's why I wouldn't go for a loop one. But I didn't want to cut them because once you cut them, they do start fraying. And I've got a lot of loops because I've doubled it up. So like I said, the project cost me £19 to do. That was £12 for 4 metres of tassel and £6.99 for the black dye. Now, the jeans are nowhere near black. And to say it was black, extreme sort of thing colour. But it is denim, isn't it? So, but they have gone a lot darker than what they were. So I am happy with the job. I love how they've turned out. And they'll be good for the night out, won't they? So I hope you've enjoyed this transformation. Let me know if you're going to have a go yourself. And if you do have a go, how it turns out. Because you can, like I say, you can do it with another pair of trousers, a skirt. Oh, you want to put tassel on, really. But I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I want to wear them this weekend. So that's why I've made time today to crack on with job. So thanks for watching, guys. Till next time. Bye for now.